during my fall quarter of junior year, I took a philosophy class. At the time, I thought it was just philosophy, but it was really a world religion class. So one of our assignments was to visit a church and talk about a service that we attended. So I decided to give it a go. And while I was there, a woman was being baptized. And I was so surprised to see how many parallels there were between her story and mine. And so I looked on Instagram and I found the Cru Instagram page.
My role in student leadership is to run our Instagram account and to create all the content that goes on our social media. In the fall, I was feeling overwhelmed and exhausted by the amount of work that it was. One of the Cru staff members had requested that I create these wallpapers that had Bible verses on them.
The story that they had that day was talking about women Bible studies. And I thought, this is perfect. This is something that I needed. Following that story was a verse, which was 1 Peter 5-7, and it talked about casting your anxieties onto the Lord.
The day that I posted the wallpapers, I received a direct message from Susie asking to connect with Cru and get to know more about God.
And it really resonated with me, and I felt like at that time, I was on the right path, and this was something that I needed to follow.
I responded with a message asking if we could meet, but because we were under stay-at-home orders with COVID, I asked her if we could meet via Zoom. And since I love coffee, I decided that we could maybe get coffee together, but over Zoom. And so I Venmo'd her $5 and we both got coffee before we came to our Zoom meeting.
She reached out to me through Cru, and she was so lovely and so nice.
I also shared the Knowing God Personally booklet with her, and we began to work through some questions that she had and worked through the Bible and talked about different Bible verses.
So after a few weeks of doing Bible studies and talking more about both of our stories, I knew Hannah struggled with anxiety as well. And just from hearing her past and her questions that she had growing up with Christianity, I felt like my thoughts took a whole 360, and at the time it just felt like God made sense. And before I would think, oh, Christianity doesn't sound real, or I just don't think I can believe in this. But from talking to Hannah, all the dots connected. We went through the Cru website where they had a prayer that basically talked about accepting the Lord and choosing to follow Him. And when we met up in person, I remember that I had written it down in my journal, and I knew I wanted to follow Christ, and I just felt kind of nervous saying the prayer alone. So I was really thankful that when Hannah and I met up, she said it with me, and from there it was perfect.
I trust God now more than I ever have after seeing just a part of His perfect plan, and that He used someone so imperfect as myself, and that He used someone who had a bad attitude and a post that wasn't, posted from, the right part of my heart, and He can use that to bring someone to Himself, and He loves us so much and just desires to be in relationship with us more than anything else. And I'm just really thankful for this whole experience.
Since I've received Christ, I've really learned how much He loves me and how much He cares for me. And thanks to Hannah, I've now realized how much of a Christ-centered life I want to live and how much I want to help care for others like Hannah has truly done for me.